Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. With Christina Miller being out as the Cartoon Network president, what things could change going forward, or rather, what things need to change going forward? There's about four things that I really want to see happen to Cartoon Network when the new president takes over at the network sometime next year. Now, the first of which is that I think Cartoon Network needs to fix Boomerang. Boomerang is just honestly a mess right now. It used to be the place where we go to watch old cartoons that we all know and love from our childhood. Now it's basically, and I've said this before in an old video, it's pretty much essentially just a Cartoon Network 2. All it does is play shows that are on Cartoon Network right now. It has its own shows that are exclusive to Boomerang for whatever reason. And really, all in all, Boomerang just, as a channel, it really doesn't make any sense. The current plan for Boomerang, like I said, it's pretty much Cartoon Network 2.0. It has some of the shows that's on the network at the moment, and then it has some own exclusive shows. Wouldn't you want the exclusive shows that are on Boomerang to be on Cartoon Network to bolster Cartoon Network's lineup? But I guess not. Boomerang is just something right now that, in my opinion, needs to go back to what it used to be because the current model for it just isn't working. Side note, why is Boomerang not in HD? This needs to happen. Next year is going to be 2020. We're going into 4K, 8K. Why is Boomerang not in HD? Again, this is a topic I've spoken about in older videos, but just going to mention that here. Another thing that I really want to see going forward is Cartoon Network needs to, and this kind of ties into the whole Boomerang thing, but they need to just start to use their old shows. They need to start to air them more often, or at least do something with them. Because the way it is right now with Cartoon Network, the old shows are kind of just sitting in a vault somewhere. They're never being aired. Nothing really happens with them, and it's a shame because Cartoon Network has one of the best libraries that I know of on any network. It has so many great shows that are just pretty much sitting there wasting away. Why not use them and actually air them and try to get the new generation into these shows that are considered to be classic now by many people who grew up in the late 90s and 2000s? Another thing that is a bit more complicated, but I want to see fixed by Cartoon Network. Honestly, it's not too complicated. It's just like I've spoken about this many times before, by the way. But what happened to action shows? I mean, the reason why I said this is a bit more complicated because this isn't really something that is only going on with Cartoon Network. It's kind of something that's really just all around, all over the place, actually. I think every single network that's based around cartoons like Nick, Disney XD, and obviously Cartoon Network, none of them really have action shows anymore, except for Disney. I know they have some Marvel stuff, but besides that, there's no action shows. And this is just something that, again, I've spoken to this at length in other videos. This is just something that it's just missing in the animation industry right now. There's not really any action shows happening. Like, yeah, I know you got Young Justice season 3 happen on DC Universe, and there's a season 4 coming, and Star Wars: The Clone Wars is coming back, but there's no action shows that are being aired on television really anymore, and it's really a shame. And Cartoon Network, you're the network that pretty much started the huge action show trend because of Ben 10, and now all of a sudden you just pretend like action shows don't exist. It's really just a shame, and it's something that needs to change when the new president's brought in. But then again, will this actually happen to Cartoon Network? I don't know. Maybe either way, I think they need action shows, but maybe not put them on the network itself because then it may get dumbed down for kids because for some stupid reason. The way animation works nowadays, everything's being dumbed down for kids. But meanwhile, when I was growing up, nothing was dumbed down for us. Everything was, like shows like Billy and Mandy. Like nothing was dumbed down in that show. Nothing at all, but that's another story for another day. Either way, action shows need to come back. And the final thing that the new president of Cartoon Network really needs to work on is just getting more variety, a better variety of shows to the network. Because if we look at the lineup right now, I mean, every show looks like it pretty much has the same art style. And this is just something that's pretty strange because it looks like basically every show could be in the same universe, which is like, you know, have some variety with your shows. Don't have everything looking like it's the same. And try to, speaking of variety, try to calm it down with the comedy because there's a bit too much comedy on Cartoon Network. I'm looking at you, Teen Titans Go, Ben 10, the Powerpuff Girls reboot. Let's just calm down with that. And if you decide, whoever the new president is, to reboot any more of your shows, do not make it a comedy. Keep it in line with what the original was, and don't ruin it. Anyways, let me know in the comment section down below what you want to see the new president of Cartoon Network change and work on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.